So congratulations on the show. I absolutely love you as Coach Korn. You posted the most adorable photo of your son, Billy, on set, surrounded by all the girls. What's it like for you being able to bring him on set to share that with him, especially on a show you're so proud of?
Well, it's something I used to dream about. But, we did get shut down. So, and he was so bummed because he goes, "Where's the girls? Where's the girls?" And he came on and just started flirting. Like, I don't know where he gets it, but it was great. We had a little viewing party, a safe, socially distanced viewing party at my house, and he got so excited when they all came over. It was a very special moment. This whole show has been that way for me. It's just been, dare I say, like perfect. I just love it.
Hi, your character is obsessed by his work. Obsession can be dangerous, but sometimes it's the beginning of a great job, a great work. Right. So how important is obsession, and how important was in this TV show?
Well, when I first read, first of all, I got a call, and all the agents and managers, and so I knew it was important. They said, "You're going to get an offer on the new David Kelly show." And I was like, "Oh my God, I love David Kelly. I always wanted to work with him." And I was like, "Do I play a lawyer? Is it, one of those great, the Big Little Lies characters?" And they said, "It's about basketball." I was like, "Oh no, I am like the least athlete. I know nothing about sports." It was more challenging. It was harder to learn, the lingo for a coach than it was playing a doctor on ER. That was my big challenge. And it was also, I'm getting to your point, like it was a guy who, when I read it, I was like, this guy's nothing like me because he's obsessed with, sports. He's disciplined. He's sort of not a people person. And, after playing Marvyn for the last year and a half, I realized I am a little closer to him, and I have learned a lot from him throughout. But yeah, his discipline, that speech that I say in the first episode about try your best, try your best, and that's all he's got. That is one of the most moving. And I think about that speech all the time, just in my life. At the end of the day, I look in the mirror and go, did I do my very best today? So I think it's a good thing that he has that.
Hi, John. Hope you're well. I just wondering, of course, your coach, the coach has to get the best out of all of the girls, and he's a really inspiring figure, even if he is flawed at times. I just wondered if you've had a kind of someone that if there's anyone in your life, in your kind of career, that you could equate to that coach, someone that really inspired you, maybe took you under their wing.
Well, I had a lot of inspirations. I mean, my father, for one, just as far as being disciplined, showing up on time, knowing my lines, being a good guy, treating everybody with respect. And then my father passed away and I was at a young age. So I started gravitating towards like older gentlemen, like, Gary Marshall was a mentor of mine, and Don Rickles, and, the Beach Boys now. And I've lost some of them. But they do live within me. They do live within me. This guy was very different for me to play. I didn't relate to anything, but as I started to play it, I go, oh, I get this. And the beauty of him, I think, is that, this is really a show of the moment. I don't know how you guys feel over there, but over here, women's basketball is very big. And to have a show with all women and myself was great. And I think, the reality of my character, realizing his assumptions, and, that they're wrong, and connecting with these girls, I think I think it breaks down stereotypes. And I think this show I was just watching a little bit. I said, this show is so full of heart, but it's not sappy or sentimental. And that's a line that we've been walking that I think I'm proud of too. I hear my dad all the time going back. I hear my father like, come on, boy, get in. And I see I watched the other day with my sisters and my whole family, and they go, oh, you're doing dad. So I kind of channel him. And also they started in episode 2, Holly says, you're just an entitled jock. And they started laughing. I said, what are you guys laughing at? They said, she called you a jock. Like, entitled we get, but the jock part is, doesn't make sense with you.
So you're a massive Disney fan. You've got Disney memorabilia all around your house in LA. So you must be stoked to be part of the Disney Plus family now. But I'm curious to know, where did your love for Disney come from? And are you eyeing something on set that you're keen to take home to add to your collection?
Yeah, well, my love I grew up in Orange County and near Disneyland. I had a wonderful childhood, but to go to Disneyland and go through those gates, and the rest of the world just disappeared. But I felt that it really contributed to my creativity and my imagination. So yeah, I've always sort of really connected with Disney. But to be on Disney Plus, and I'm not blowing smoke now, there's no other streaming service that I'd rather be on. What they've done in a year, I know that Iger really put a lot into it. It's astounding. And every time you talk to them, they say, we can't believe it. But a show like this I mean, hopefully, all the stars are lining up and the moons and everything's going to be perfect, because it really is the perfect time on the perfect network for this show, I feel. And we all need, look, this, we're going through it. Everybody's going through it. And shows like this, I know I've done them in the past, Full House and Fuller House. People love this kind of, especially right now, we need something to kind of make us smile and inspire us. And I feel like this show does that.
So in Big Shot, Korn coached a group of teenage girls and he taught them how to be good on the basketball court. But what do you think these girls, the female youth of today, have to teach us?
So what do the girls have to teach us, you say?
Yeah, the female youth of today.
Oh, the female youth. Oh, well, a lot. I mean, I've learned so much just from the actresses on that show. It was difficult at first because I really wanted to play. I wanted Korn to be disconnected from them. And the first 2 episodes, I didn't even know their names. It's not like me. I like to get on the set and joke around and have chemistry with everybody off camera. But this, I kept I just kept them away. I didn't really talk to them. I felt bad. And I told the director, I said, tell them I'm sorry, but I really have to sort of go this way. But as time went on and I got to know them better, I mean, they're just, they simplify things, I think, sometimes, which I really like. And they change. I mean, as far as the show, I mean, you take a guy like Marvyn and put him in a situation like this. It's not just him, like not just them change. It throws everybody off their game in a way, right? And everybody sort of gets, everybody changes. Everybody has to acclimate to this new entity in their world. But the girls they're powerful. They're on camera and off camera. They are, they just go for it. And and my characters on the show, I mean, Marvyn comes in and starts telling them what to do and they don't take it. They go, wait, we don't work that way, man. So he sort of finds a middle ground, I think. And he comes in the middle and they go to the middle. And then when we get together, and it's for me as Marvyn, I'm just jumping on and going, they're very powerful. These girls. In one of the episodes too, I think I called Sherilyn a kooky lady or something, and my daughter Emma says, "Dad, well, you don't call women kooky." I said, "Oh, okay."
Every generation seems to think that the teen drama of that time is the perfect representation of teenagers of that time. For you, what do you reckon is the perfect representation of a teen drama? And were there any particular touchstones of previous teen dramas for Big Shot?
Are you talking about like my personal ones that I grew up with, or?
Sure, yeah.
Well, that was 70 years ago, 72. I was a sitcom, I wasn't a very serious kid. I loved Happy Days and Mork and Mindy, like all the Gary Marshall shows. I was like lighter. I mean, I remember, Fast Times and those sort of movies, the John Hughes movies, I thought really captured the time. But the times are so different now. I mean, this is a really different, time. I don't know how it is over there. I'm sure it's, the same, but it's things have changed. The line has moved, and what is right, is different than 10 years ago. And I love it. I jump on and I strap in, I go, let's go, it's the, like this show again, to have a show with all female, it kind of reminds me, I did, on Broadway, I did 9, so I played Guido Contini, and it was all these women and, and Guido in the middle of it. And that sort of feels like that. And they're powerful. I'm trying to think. Yeah. I think it was scary to do it at first. And I think we had to really handle it perfectly. And I think, when you have a writer like David Kelly, I think he just, he gets it. You could see the projects he's doing lately. He knows what's happening in the world right now. He can feel it, and it goes through. This was one of the most liberating experiences, because I just said, you know what, stop, trust the writing, just say the words. You don't have to do anything funny with them. You don't have to do any tricks. Just say the words, and the story and the character will come out of the screen. And I think it has with this one.
My question would be, because we talked about how Coach Korn already changed during the first couple of episodes. How did you as a person or as an actor change during filming? What did you learn from the cast around you?
Well, like I said, I stayed away from them at first. And then when once the character started to get closer to them, then I started getting closer. And they're they're bold. These girls are just bold. You know, Tiana, you know, I'll hang out with them a little bit by their trailers and stuff. And the stuff they talk about, but when I was their age, I was thinking about going to Disneyland and, having a Diet Coke or something, they're just so with the advent of the internet and, social media, kids just seem a lot more sophisticated and in a good way. Our girls are really smart. The girl who plays my daughter, Sophia, is brilliant. I think she's got accepted every single college she wanted to go to. So I'm just impressed with where they are in life. You look at their social media or you talk to them and they're very much, into the causes that are going on right now. They're posting stuff that I think is really powerful and moving. And I think they realize that they have a voice and they're really going to have a voice coming up, and they're very respectful of it and very smart about it. So, there's always, they keep saying, oh, we're learning so much from you, but just, what it is that they don't have a bunch of stuff around them. They haven't built up bad habits or walls, or they don't seem to be so aware of themselves, which is great. I mean, I feel like I was that way when I started. I just burst on the scene and blah, 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 blah. And, over the years, you think too much and you're thinking about how you look and what you're saying and and then I've learned to just kind of like I said earlier, certainly with the writing, but just let that go. Just let it go and just focus on the character. I usually start with characters on the outside and go in, and I think that's a mistake. I think this one, I really started from the inside and let it over the shows kind of, show. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys.
Hey You Guys, huh?
Hey You Guys.
Is that from the Goonies?
It is indeed, yes.
Nice.
Hey